Hello, hello. Welcome to Are We There Yet? My name is Cheryl. I appreciate you stopping by and seeing me today. I have part 11 of my enamel pen collection that I have been collecting over the years from Temu. And this is a blast from the past because a lot of these things will bring back some memories that I'm sure you haven't thought of in a while. If you've been following along with me, I really appreciate it. I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate your comments because it's interesting to hear your memories of what I'm showing you. And if you are new and you've decided to stick around, I really appreciate it. So let's get started. I've got some good ones today, and I probably will have one more of these in the series. I have a few more pens coming that I've chosen, and then if I add to my collection at any point in the future, I'll just show them to you when I get them in some different videos. So that's the plan. All right, the first one I have is Beavis and Butthead, the two knuckleheads. And I thought it was fun, you know, because I got these from both of them from Temu, and one of them is a pink, you know, and the other one's like they're Temu's famous rose red. That's what they call rose red. It's a hot pink. But I got each, you know, I got my Beavis and Butthead, a Beavis and Butthead each. So, yeah, I don't like these fellas. They're a little too raunchy for me, but, you know, being a female and not getting the whole male sense of humor, I guess, you know. This one, I know you all will remember them. It's Rocky and Bullwinkle. Cute. They just don't make them like this anymore. They really, really don't. I thought this one was cute. Fat Cat Appreciation Club. Love my fat cats. Yep, my daughter's going to kill me when she sees her baby because Nana has put quite a few extra rolls on that girl. She tried, you know, she's very particular about what she feeds her, and she's very particular about her weight and keeping her just what, you know, and my cats just, you know, they eat what they eat, and but yeah, she's probably going to not be happy when she sees her. It's like, well, she came to Nana's, you know. Anyway, this one says, I speak fluent sarcasm. That is, yep, me and my youngins. Sarcasm is my favorite form of humor. I love watching people's face when they can't figure out if you're being serious or not. It's like, you know, okay, I guess. So I love that. But yeah, I speak fluent sarcasm. Too funny. This is a little fairy in a bottle, which is how you collect fairies on Zelda. You put them in a bottle. So that one is another gaming one. A little fairy. Cute. This is another SpongeBob one. This is Glove World. You hear my stomach growling? My stomach is growling. Glove World. Do you remember that episode when everything had Glove World? I don't know. You know, these writers, they just come up with the most off-the-wall stuff, and then years later they've got us buying pens of their off-the-wall stuff. It's a conspiracy, I'm telling you. This one, when I said how stupid can you be, it wasn't a challenge. Stop it. That is so funny. Oh my God. Oh, see? Sarcasm. Okay. Now, I know you're all going to recognize this too. This is Americana here. Good old ring pop. Yeah, and my boys would always get the blue or the purple or the green, something that they thought was less girly, and they wouldn't put it on their fingers. They'd just, hold it, because. But my daughter now, she loved her big diamond rings. You stop at a convenience store, you have to get them all a ring pop. That's just law of the land. Okay, now this one, this is my probably my second favorite 90s cartoon behind Rocko's Modern Life. That was my absolute favorite, but my next favorite has to be Angry Beavers. Has to be Angry Beavers. Did anybody watch Angry Beavers? Oh my gosh, this was the best show. I loved it. Loved it, loved it. I'm going to have to find me some Angry Beavers to watch. Yep. Okay, now, this one, if you were a 90s parent to, I don't know, elementary school kids up to junior high, you're going to recognize this too. What about the Tamagotchis? What about the Tamagotchis? It says, "You kill me." Oh, that kills me. That is too funny. I had to take their Tamagotchis to work with me and feed them and keep them alive during the day so that when they got home, they could tend to them. And none of them have grandbabies. None of them have babies. They have the practice, but none of them have had me a grandbaby. That's sad. That's sad. But these were all the rage. Oh my gosh, keeping those things alive. Good old days. Now there's a story to these last two, and it's not long. It's brief. So my daughter goes to the UK to be with her boyfriend, and she goes over for 6 months, and then she'll come back, and she has to stay in the States for a length of time, and then she can go back, on her visa. And so when she was here last time, she talked me into watching Game of Thrones with her. She said, "Mom, you'll love it. And I had heard all the rage. It was all in the cross-stitch community. Everybody online loved Game of Thrones, and I thought, well, let me check it out, And she said, "Oh, you'll love it. You'll love it." Well, I pushed and pushed myself to get through like the first 3 episodes. It was like I was watching it like this, it's just like, I can't do this because, the first episode, my goodness, you're killing a dog, come on, or a wolf, whatever it was. And, that just set the tone for the whole thing, and all the gore and all no. And I told her, I said, "Honey, I can't do this." I said, "I cannot watch this. I'm not happy with this." So she said, "I understand." She said, "I understand. I'm a little disappointed that you don't like it because, it's the big thing. It was the big thing." But she said, I understand. So, I was just, it was no. I couldn't get through it. So, a few days later, she says, "Well, will you watch another show with me?" And I said, and she said, "I want you to watch Breaking Bad with me." She said, "I know you'll like Breaking Bad." And I had heard of Breaking Bad, but I thought it was one of those where they were breaking out of jail, or something. I didn't know because I didn't have cable at the time did I have cable? I don't even know because I don't watch much TV. I watch true crime, but as far as network TV and stuff, I don't. And so I had heard of it, and she says, "It's not like, Game of Thrones, it'll be okay." So I decided, okay, I'll watch it with you. And then, the first couple episodes, I was, if I thought somebody was going to get hurt or something, I would look it up, and I'd watch the scene like this before it. So I fessed up to her after, the first the first, couple big scenes where somebody gets shot. And I said, I looked this up beforehand. I'm just going to be honest with you because I didn't know. And she says, well, why'd you do that? Why'd you spoil it? And I said, you made me watch Game of Thrones. Come on. I said, you're asking me why I would do that? So, but after that, I saw, because she said this is the worst that it gets, basically. It wasn't the worst it gets, but it was okay. After that, I was okay with it because I was like, okay, I can handle this. Love, love, love Breaking Bad. Oh my gosh. Love it. Love it. So when I saw this, I had to have it. Los pollos hermanos. Oh gosh, I had to have it. Oh, this is too perfect. That is too perfect. And that'll commemorate she and I watching that together. So, if you've not watched Breaking Bad, watch it. It's dramatic. It's maniacal. It's funny. It's just all the things. If you like a good drama and if you like, comedy that's, you never know when to expect it and just getting so involved in something just to see what happens next, you'll like it. You'll really like it. So when she comes back this summer, we're going to watch Better Call Saul. So she said that Better Call Saul is actually better than Breaking Bad, and it's a prequel. I don't know if that's going to be possible. I really don't. I don't know if it's going to be possible to top Breaking Bad, but I'm going to watch. I'm anxious, and I told her I'd watch it while she's gone, but I decided to wait until she comes back, and we'll watch it together because that's something that we really enjoyed watching together. We'd have a glass of wine and we'd sit down and watch a couple episodes, and then 2 or 3 nights later we'd do the same thing, and we watched Breaking Bad together. So that was fun. Hold on a second. Temu also has these. I just lost it. Honestly, it's a plastic card. I got myself one of these and my daughter one of these, and I put it in my purse, and in case I'm at the register and I open it and somebody sees it and just it's just too funny. Too funny. Better Call Saul. Saul Goodman. Speedy justice for you. Oh my gosh. Too funny. So, I mean, if you've not watched Breaking Bad, Saul is in Breaking Bad. And then Better Call Saul is the prequel. It's more about him. But too funny. Too funny. I love it. All right, that is the end of my rambling for today. Until I see you next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and happy shopping.